O texto será apresentado em duas velocidades. Primeiro mais devagar e depois na velocidade normal. Por último, teremos algumas perguntas para testar sua compreensão.
The bird who didn't want to fly. Once upon a time, there was a small bird named Blue. Blue was not like the other birds. While the other birds loved to fly in the sky, Blue did not. He liked to walk on the ground. One day, Blue's friend Robin asked him, "Why don't you fly with us, Blue? The sky is so big and beautiful." Blue smiled and said, "I like the ground. When I walk, I can see all the small things, the flowers, the ants, and the soft grass under my feet." Robin was surprised, but the sky is fun. You can feel the wind and see the world from high above. Blue thought for a moment, but then he shook his head. "I don't need to fly. I am happy here." Every day, Blue walked around the forest. He made friends with the animals on the ground. He talked to the rabbits, the squirrels, and even the snails. He learned about the plants and the trees. Blue was very happy. But one day, a big storm came. The rain was heavy, and the wind was strong. Blue tried to walk, but the water was too much. He looked up at the sky and saw all the other birds flying away to safety. Robin flew down and said, "Blue, you must fly now. The storm is dangerous." Blue was scared. He had never flown before, but he knew he had to try. He opened his wings and felt the wind. Slowly, he started to fly. At first, it was hard. Blue felt scared. But then, he looked around. He saw the trees, the rivers, and the hills from the sky. It was beautiful. When the storm was over, Blue flew back to the ground. He was happy to be safe. Robin smiled and asked, "So, do you like flying now?" Blue laughed and said, "Yes, flying is nice, but I still like walking too." And from that day on, Blue flew when he needed to, but he always remembered the beauty of walking on the ground. The bird who didn't want to fly. Blue thought once upon a time, but then he shook his head. There was a small bird named Blue. "I don't need to fly." Blue was not I am happy like the other birds. Every day, while the other birds loved to fly in the sky, he made friends with the animals on the ground. He liked to walk on the ground. He talked to the rabbits, the squirrels. Blue's friend Robin asked him, he learned about the plants with us, Blue? And the trees. The sky is so very big and beautiful. But one day, Blue smiled and said, "A big storm came. I like the ground. The rain was heavy when I walked, and the wind was strong. I can see all the small things." Blue tried to walk, the flowers, but the water was too much. Soft grass under my feet. He looked up at the sky and saw all the other birds flying away to safety. The sky is fun. Robin flew down and said, "You can feel the wind and see the world from high above. You must fly now." Blue thought for a moment. "The storm is dangerous." But then he shook his head. Blue was scared. "I don't need to fly." He had never flown before. "I am happy here." But he knew he had to try. Every day, he opened his wings around the forest and felt the wind. He made friends with the animals on the ground. He started to fly. He talked to the rabbits, at first the squirrels. It was hard, and even the snails. Blue felt scared. He learned about the plants. He looked around the world from high above. Blue was very happy. Blue thought for a moment, day, but then a big storm came. "I don't need to fly." The rain was heavy. "I am happy." The wind was strong. Every day, Blue tried to walk. Blue walked around the water was too much. He made friends. He looked up at the sky and saw all the other birds. He talked to the rabbits, the squirrels. Robin even flew down and said, he learned about the plants. "You must fly now." Blue was very happy. "The storm is dangerous." But one day, Blue was scared. A big storm came. He had never flown before. The rain was heavy, but he knew he had to try. He opened his wings and felt the wind, but the water was too much. Slowly, he looked up at the sky and saw all the other birds flying away to safety. It was hard. Robin flew down and said, but then he looked around. "You must fly now. The rivers, the storm is dangerous." It was beautiful. He had never flown before, but he
Blue
knew he
flew
had to
back
try.
to the ground.
He
He
opened
was
his
happy to
wings
be safe
and felt the wind.
Robin smiled
Slowly,
and asked,
he started to
"So,
fly.
do you
At
like
first,
flying now?"
It was hard.
Blue laughed
Blue
and said,
felt scared.
"Yes,
But
flying
then
is nice.
he looked around the world
but
from
I
high
still like
above.
walking too."
Blue thought for a
And
moment.
from that day on,
but then he shook
Blue
his head.
flew when he needed
I don't
to.
need to fly.
But he always remembered
I am
the
happy
beauty of
here.
walking on the
Every
ground.
day